according to Wrestle Purist, Sasha Banks' company, Solnado Incorporated, has filed for 4 trademarks for 4 names, and they go as follows. We have Mercedes Monet, we have Monet Talks, we have Bank Monet, and Statement Maker. Um, so in response to these, I was like, what do you think of this business move on behalf of Mercedes Varnado? We're calling her by her real name. And what does this mean for a potential return to wrestling? And where do you think that she's going to show up?
Miss Mercedes is about her coins. That's what I got from her claiming anything that has to do with Sasha Banks, Mercedes, the spin-offs um her finisher, stuff like that. I like how she's like covering all her bases to make sure that like no matter what happens, where she goes, if let's just say her next run in WWE were to flop for whatever means, like no one could take anything from her this time. Like it's you give me what I want or someone else is gonna give me what I want. But there's so
Hmm.
many things she could be doing with it. It could be used for just wrestling, but I think that she's like such a businesswoman right now. I could see her using it for like apparel or to make like a line of some sorts. And she's just again trying to trademark just these names, so like she has all these things to set up down the line. Now, as far as your second question goes, for a potential return. I haven't seen a lot of bickering on I was gonna say YouTube chat. I've seen a lot of bickering on Twitter. I know. I've been banned off of Twitter for a whole week and I'm over here
A
referencing
whole
YouTube.
week.
That's why I've been sitting on. But I'll be back. I'll be back. But yeah. Um in regards of her coming back, I had heard a lot of people just chirping about this, saying that she's gonna go to Stardom or she's gonna go to AEW or she's gonna make her own promotion and stuff like that. I think that considering that she's still on the roster, like she was not on the roster, then her and Naomi were added back to the roster. And then again, considering she has such a good relationship with Triple H, it just seems weird to me that she would jump ships now when literally like everything's kind of in her favor at this point. It's either,
Right.
she comes back exactly as she wants to, or hey, I already built this big ass empire in a matter of like how many months it's been? What, May, June, July, August, September, November. No, like
Six.
5 months.
Has to
And
be
she's,
six. Yeah.
yeah, about to be 6 months. She literally built this entire brand, this entire empire, and she says she has like a secret for us. I feel like she was just playing with us because she knows that the crew's crazy. All right, we love
Yeah.
Sasha. We crazy about Sasha. We want her to come
That's a
back,
fact.
okay? Like it's to a point where I be seeing reports about her with her CBD and stuff like that. I'm like, child, I don't care anymore. Get your ass back in the ring. Like I just want to see you wrestle. Damn. you know? I honestly think that she's gonna go out the way that she wants to go out. I don't think she's gonna stay very long in WWE because she doesn't need to stay long in WWE. But I also don't think she's gonna drop wrestling because she has such a big heart for this business that I feel like it's not about just her blossoming in WWE, but maybe she wants to see wrestling win all across the board. And maybe she has a way in her beautiful mind that she wants to unify it. But I feel like if Mercedes were to conclude her WWE run, I need all right, I need Trish to pick up the phone. She's been ducking her for how many years now? She's been
Mad
ducking
long.
her. All right? There's been bat signals after bat signal after bat signal. Trish, all
Not the
right?
bat signals.
Nah, because she got time to answer her phone call for this Canadian talk show, or not talk show, talent show, okay? But Sasha's over here, like, ringing this phone, this girl's line, and she's just ducking it. And I just think that it'd be so beautiful because the story writes itself between Sasha and Trish. If
Mm.
she were to come back, win the Royal Rumble, let her be a heel, let her be a dickhead and be like, you know what, I ain't choosing the title because you know what, like I said before, I'm Sasha Banks and my name's bigger than your title. It's bigger than all your titles here. Give me what I want, Miss Stratus. Pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. I want you. If she wants
I
to
like
go
that.
out, that'd be a beautiful way. I could see the bickering for the promos because Sasha could talk about how she's done all this before age 30 compared to Trisha's career, but then Trish could just clap back and be like, girl, my title ranks me more than every single one of yours. Like, name one. Name one. Look at mine. They all outlasted yours. Add up all yours together. Like, I'm pretty sure Trish has a title reign that like the one past a year. She literally could
Oh,
eat
yeah,
her up with a one
absolutely.
liner or two. Trish don't gotta do too much. She don't gotta do too much. It writes itself. But I would love to just see the visual of Sasha and Trish just holding up each other's hands at the end of this. And if that's just how she wants to end her WWE run, I'd be more than satisfied. And then she could go anywhere else. I would
Right.
prefer to see her actually in Stardom than AEW because I feel like they're doing their own thing over there. Just let it be, let it fester. But the only reason why I would want to see her in AEW is if her and Paige had a feud. That would be hilarious to me. I would love to see Paige jump Sasha and then kick her in the back. And pick up the
Yo.
mic and curse her out.
That would be a nice little, yeah. Keep going, keep
That
going. My
would be
bad.
insane. Like they could make this very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But at the same time, Mercedes don't need to go over there for me because I just feel like she's just so big that it's just like she's doing them a favor rather than, the other way around. So
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer for Sasha to finish strong in WWE, finish off the right way, get that legendary match that she wants, and then she could go to Japan and do all her other activities that she wants to pursue. No, I went off on a whole ramble, but I want to know what's your take.
Nah, that was actually perfect. But here's the first thing that kind of jumped to my mind when I saw all these trademarks being filed. I don't think that Sasha Banks is coming back as Sasha Banks. I think that she is going to be coming back as when I see like Mercedes Monet, that's a potential name. When I see Monet Talks, I feel like that's a potential move. Bank Monet is a potential move. Statement Maker is a potential move as opposed to Bank Statement. So I feel like she's getting her ducks in a row so that when she returns to WWE, um, that she comes back under her own terms and under a different name. Because here's the thing that we've talked about on the show before is the whole idea of intellectual property and IP, right? And when we see a guy like a John Cena and we see a guy like The Rock, we're like, oh, look at these big names. But The Rock, the name and the image and the likeness of The Rock is WWE's intellectual property. The name, the image, and likeness of John Cena is WWE's intellectual property. So anytime they go into the world and they do these things, right, and they're using the John Cena name, they're using the Rock name, WWE gets a cut because those name, image, and likenesses are under WWE's intellectual property. And that was one of the reasons why there was such a big fiasco when the whole Twitch thing was happening because a lot of these guys were going on or Cameo as well. A lot of these guys were using their either their wrestling name or lines or personas related to their wrestling name because they were using in WWE's mind their intellectual property and using it for personal gain without cutting WWE and on the profit or on the check. So I feel like what Mercedes is doing here is that she's getting her ducks in a row so that, she can pull a move similar to a Cody Rhodes where she can own her own trademarks and she can license them to different companies as opposed to tying all of her name or all of her value uh up in a name that ultimately she doesn't own. And so anytime she would have to use that name, WWE would have to get a product or I should say a cut from it. So I think that what Mercedes is doing is that she is very much invested in her brand. And by doing all these trademarks, she's giving herself the leverage so that if she does make an appearance in WWE and then goes to AEW and then goes to Stardom or whatever the case may be, it's Mercedes Monet in all three places. And now she's making money off of WWE merch. She's making money off of AEW merch. She's making money off of Stardom merch. She can go into the world and do all these different whatever, but she's doing it under that name. So nobody else gets a cut from that but her. So I think that that's number one. As far as what this means for a potential return to wrestling, I think we're going to see her soon. I really think that this Survivor Series War Games match is going to end up in uh, Sasha Banks or Mercedes Varnado returning to WWE. And then I believe that, she's going to have a run. I think she's going to have a singles run. Actually, no, no, no. I think she's going to have a tag run and I think she's going to break apart, do her singles thing. I definitely want to see her, like you said, against Trish. And then I can see her moving to other companies and not necessarily doing long-term deals. I think that this is going to be the last long-term deal that Mercedes is involved in, because I think that she wants to be able to move around and have feuds and have have different stories with different wrestlers. Because when you think about it, I say besides winning the Royal Rumble, she's kind of done everything. You know what I mean? How many times can you win a women's championship? How many times can you win Money in the Bank? I feel like after she wins the Royal Rumble, I think she's done everything she's wanted to do in WWE. I would throw in that Trish Stratus match, and then there's nothing else. But I feel like I feel like beyond this, I think that she just wants to be able to do stuff outside of WWE, but I think that she wants to finish off her bucket list before she goes anywhere else. And as far as where do I think she's going to show up, I think WWE first, but I think she's going to go on a little bit of a world tour. I think that she's going to hit up AEW, wrestle a couple women there, hit up Stardom, wrestle a couple people there, maybe come back to WWE, wrestle a couple people there. I just think that she's going to position herself to where the leverage is with her, that she owns her brand, and because of that she can be herself in every single company that she touches. And I think that that's the most important thing. You're about to say something though. What are you going to say?
No, no. If you see me like open up my mouth a lot, it's just congested. Go ahead.
Okay, okay, okay. That was but that was literally it. I just think that Mercedes is doing what's necessary to own her intellectual property, and I'm here for it.